Okay, so are you ready to dig deep? Because today we're diving headfirst into the world of pipeline engineering.
Oh, pipeline engineering. I love it.
Yeah, and you sent over a ton of info on this. So much. And I gotta say, I'm pretty pumped to unearth the coolest stuff.
You know, it's funny. So many people, they just don't realize how big of a deal pipeline engineering actually is.
Right.
It's like it's everywhere. It's like we don't even think about it, but it's woven into our lives
Totally.
in so many ways.
We just turn on the tap, we turn on the stove, and we're just like, oh yeah, whatever, things are working.
Exactly. We never stop to think about how it gets there.
Right. We don't think about the pipes, the network.
The intricate network of pipelines
Yes.
that makes it all happen.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
But we're talking oil, gas, water,
It's the essentials.
the essentials.
Yeah.
And it's pipeline engineers who are the masterminds behind it all.
Unsung heroes. Making sure those resources are transported safely, efficiently, across crazy distances.
Oh, over mountains, under the sea.
Exactly. And through challenging terrains, all sorts of stuff.
It's pretty impressive when you think about it. It's like
Yeah.
they're orchestrating these underground rivers, right?
Surreal.
Keeping everything flowing.
I like that. That's a great way to put it.
So I've been going through this RoleCatcher guide you sent over, and one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not just about connecting pipes. These pipeline engineers, they're like problem-solving ninjas.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Problem solving is at the heart of it.
Yeah.
They're involved in every single step of a pipeline's life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From the very beginning to the very end.
Wow, so what does that look like?
We're talking feasibility studies, design, construction,
Oh, okay.
operation,
Wow.
even maintenance, everything.
They got their hands in all of it.
They've got to be on top of it all. And, the guide mentioned something really interesting. These engineers, they aren't stuck in an office all day. They're out in the field.
Oh, that's right. It mentioned construction sites, oil and gas facilities. It
Yeah.
did sound kind of adventurous.
Right. It's not your typical desk job. One day, they might be in the office looking at blueprints.
Yeah, yeah.
And the next, they're on site, battling the elements,
Wow.
making sure the construction is on track.
It does sound kind of cool, actually. Like,
No.
you're not just stuck behind a desk. You're out there making things happen.
Exactly. And safety is a huge part of it, too.
Oh, yeah, I bet. With all that heavy machinery and stuff.
Absolutely. They're responsible for making sure everything aligns with safety protocols.
Mm.
Can't mess around with that.
For sure. For sure. But, okay, let's be real for a second. The guide also mentioned some, demanding stuff.
Long hours,
Yeah.
high-pressure situations.
Yeah, that's the stuff. So it's not all adventure and excitement. There's definitely a trade-off, right?
Right. Pipeline projects, they often have these really tight deadlines.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And a ton of responsibility comes with that,
Yeah.
But that responsibility, that often means a really, really good salary.
Okay. So maybe those long hours are a little easier to handle.
Maybe just a little bit.
Right. With the right compensation package. And speaking of things that might make you want to sign on the dotted line, the guide mentioned something really interesting. It said that the demand for pipeline engineers, it's through the roof.
Oh, it's booming. Absolutely booming.
Why is that?
Think about it. The world runs on energy, right?
Yeah.
Resources.
True.
And as our global economy grows, the need for skilled pipeline engineers, it grows right along with it.
So we're talking job security here.
If you're looking for job security, this field is about as close as it gets. And the projections, looking really good for the coming years. Steady growth. It's there.
Wow. Okay. So let's say I'm intrigued. I'm listening to this. I'm like, okay, maybe pipeline engineering is kind of cool. What would it actually take to break into this world? What do you need to get started?
Well, according to this RoleCatcher guide, a good place to start is a solid education.
Okay. So we're talking college, university.
Yeah, you'll need a bachelor's degree in engineering.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So not just any degree. It's got to be engineering specific.
Right. Civil, mechanical, or petroleum engineering would be the most common paths.
Yeah. You need that strong engineering foundation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
To build everything else on top of.
Exactly. But, the guide also mentioned something interesting about soft skills.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that.
It's not just about the technical stuff.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the deal with that? Why are soft skills so important in a field like this?
Well, because pipeline engineering, it's a surprisingly collaborative field.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, think about it. You're constantly talking to people, other engineers, project managers, clients, contractors.
Mhm.
It's all about communication.
So it's not enough to just be a technical genius, you got to be able to explain those complex ideas
Exactly.
to all different kinds of people.
To people who might not have that technical background.
Right, right.
And not just that, you've got to be a team player.
Yeah.
Work well with others.
And probably manage your time like a pro, right?
Oh, absolutely. Time management is huge.
With all those deadlines and stuff. Okay, so we're seeing a bigger picture here.
It's a combination of skills that makes a great pipeline engineer.
It's not just what you know, it's how you use it.
Exactly. And how well you work with others.
That's a good point. It's something to think about. But okay, I am curious. How do aspiring engineers actually show off these skills to potential employers?
Right. Because it's a specialized field.
Yeah, like how do you stand out? This RoleCatcher guide keeps mentioning them, so they must have some good insights.
Oh, they definitely do. In fact, they're using AI, artificial intelligence,
Oh, wow, okay.
to completely change the recruitment game.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
And that's something we should definitely dive into. But how about we save that for after we talk about what a typical career path actually looks like for someone entering this field?
Okay, deal. Let's chart that career journey next.
Yeah, career path.
Yeah.
I like how you put that. It's not always straightforward, especially in a field like pipeline engineering.
Yeah, true. It's not like you just climb a ladder one step at a time.
Yeah,
There are twists and turns, right?
right, exactly. More like a choose-your-own-adventure. You usually start with entry-level roles,
Okay.
maybe assisting those senior engineers on projects, you know?
Right. So you're getting your hands dirty early on.
Yeah, getting a feel for how things actually work in the real world.
So it's all about that practical experience from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely. And then, as you start to gain more experience, you get more responsibility, too.
Right.
The RoleCatcher guide actually had a cool section about typical responsibilities
Oh, really?
at different stages, you know, in your career.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah,
Especially for someone who's trying to picture themselves in this field
exactly.
to see what they could be doing down the line. So what happens when you're ready to level up?
Yeah, what then?
The guide talked about specializations, certifications. What are those all about?
Oh, these are key. Think of them like power-ups
Okay, I like it. Power-ups.
to give you an edge. A PE license, for example.
Oh.
A professional engineer license.
Right.
That's like the gold standard in this field.
So it's like you've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, you get that stamp of approval.
Exactly. It shows you're ready to tackle those bigger projects,
Yeah.
more complex stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that's licensing, but what about specializations?
So specializations, that's where you really get to like niche down.
Okay.
Become the expert in a very specific area.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so what are some examples? What could someone specialize in?
Oh, tons of stuff. Pipeline integrity management, making sure those pipelines are safe and reliable for the long haul.
Important.
Super important, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could do construction safety.
Okay.
Become a pro at like risk assessment, you know, that kind of thing.
Interesting. So it's like choosing your character class in a video game.
I like it.
Each one with its own like special skills and quests.
Exactly. And the best part, no matter what path you choose, there's always something new to learn,
Oh, for sure. Especially with technology changing so fast.
constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And speaking of technology, this is actually a perfect segue into RoleCatcher and how they're using AI to help aspiring pipeline engineers navigate this whole thing.
Oh, right. AI. We were going to talk about that.
We were.
Okay, yeah. So AI in recruitment, how does that even work?
It's a game changer, really.
It does sound kind of mind-blowing.
It is. Okay, so imagine this. You're a recent grad, right? You've got this awesome engineering degree.
Okay.
You're ready to land your dream job.
Ready to conquer the world.
Exactly. Now, you could spend hours, days even, on those job boards, you know,
Yeah. It's the worst.
tweaking your resume for every single application.
Yeah.
Just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best.
Yeah, it's a lot of hoping.
It is. Or you can let RoleCatcher's AI do the work for you.
Okay. I'm listening. Tell me more about this AI and what it can do.
So it all starts with their platform.
Yeah.
You upload your resume,
It's simple enough.
and their AI analyzes it. But I'm not just talking about scanning for keywords. This is next level stuff.
What do you mean?
It can tell the difference between hard skills and soft skills.
Wow.
It can tell if you're a good communicator just by how you write about your experiences.
That's pretty amazing.
It's like it gets you, you know?
Yeah. It can read between the lines like a human would, but maybe even better when it comes to resumes and stuff.
Exactly. It understands the little nuances that a traditional job search just misses completely.
Wow. Okay, so it gets me. What else?
All right, so it also looks at job descriptions.
Okay.
Thousands of them.
Wow.
especially those related to pipeline engineering.
To see what companies are looking for.
Exactly. It's figuring out exactly what skills and keywords are catching the eyes of employers.
So it's like having a personal recruiter who's working 24/7.
Right. But here's the best part. It doesn't just stop at matching.
Really? There's more.
Oh, yeah. It gives you personalized feedback.
Oh, cool.
And recommendations
No way.
to help your resume get noticed.
Wow. Okay, so it's like a career coach too.
Exactly. But you brought up a good point earlier about the human element.
Right.
We can't forget about that. Because as amazing as AI is, and it really is revolutionizing how we find jobs, we can't forget that there are still humans behind those job applications.
Yeah, of course.
So how does RoleCatcher handle that? Well, they also have AI-powered tools to help you prepare for interviews.
Okay, so AI interview prep. I gotta admit, I'm a little lost. How does AI help with something like that?
All right, remember how we were talking about RoleCatcher's AI looking at all those job descriptions?
Yeah, thousands of them, right?
Tons. Well, they use that same data to put together this huge database
Okay. Of what?
of interview questions.
Oh, wow.
But these aren't just any interview questions. These are specific questions that are likely to come up in a pipeline engineering interview.
So no more tell me about your greatest weakness.
Well, you might still get that one. But you'll also get questions that are actually relevant to the field.
Yeah.
Real deal stuff.
That's way more helpful, like having a sneak peek into what the hiring managers are really looking for.
Exactly. It's like having a cheat sheet, almost.
Okay, that's cool, but hold on. It gets even better.
Oh, yeah.
How?
With their Copilot AI, you can actually record yourself answering these questions. Practice runs, essentially.
Wow, and then what? The AI, like, critiques my answers.
Exactly. It looks at everything. Body language,
No one.
content. It analyzes everything and then gives you personalized feedback.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
I know, right? But it's not about, like, giving you the perfect answers to memorize. It's about helping you figure out your own style,
Yeah.
highlighting your strengths, all that.
So you're still, you're just like the best version of yourself.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've covered job hunting, but I want to circle back to those soft skills for a minute.
Yeah, those are so important.
What are some like top tier soft skills for pipeline engineers? The ones they can't live without.
Well, we've got to start with communication, right?
Makes sense. They're always interacting with people.
All the time. Engineers, scientists, project managers, even clients.
Yeah. And those are really different people.
Totally. So you've got to be able to explain sometimes these really complex things.
Right. And make it understandable for everyone.
Exactly. Whether it's a big presentation or just a quick chat on a noisy construction site.
Right. Got to be adaptable.
Exactly. And it's not just about talking either. It's about listening.
Oh, true. Really listening.
Pipeline engineers, they really need to be able to understand where everyone's coming from.
Colleagues, clients, everybody.
Yep. Make sure the project runs smoothly and that everyone feels heard.
It's about teamwork too, right? You can't build a pipeline on your own.
Exactly. Teamwork is huge. These are massive projects with lots of moving parts, lots of different people.
So you need to be the kind of person who enjoys working with others.
Absolutely. Sharing ideas, respecting different viewpoints, because at the end of the day, everyone's working towards the same goal.
Right, getting that pipeline built and flowing. What else? What other soft skills?
Problem solving.
Oh, yeah, I gotta have that one.
Can't forget that one. Pipeline projects, they're all about solving problems, big and small.
So you need to be able to think on your feet.
For sure. Analyze the situation, find solutions, often under pressure.
Not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. And then I'd say adaptability and flexibility. That's a big one.
Why is that?
This field is constantly changing, new tech, new materials, new regulations. It's all happening so fast.
So you need to be a quick learner.
A lifelong learner, really.
Be able to adjust to new things, always be open to new ideas.
Exactly. Because this field, it rewards those who are curious, those who really want to learn and grow.
It's pretty awesome when you think about it, the impact pipeline engineers have on our everyday lives.
It is.
Even though we rarely see what they do.
Hidden heroes.
Right. Keeping the world connected, literally.
Yeah.
It does sound like a really rewarding career, especially for someone who loves engineering, problem solving,
Absolutely.
sustainability, making a real difference.
It's a field full of opportunity, growth, innovation, you name it.
Well, you've definitely given us a lot to think about today. Pipeline engineering, it's way more than meets the eye.
It really is.
So before we wrap things up, I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder.
All right. I like it.
We talked about a lot the ins and outs of pipelines, the tech side, the AI revolution in recruitment. But there's one big question that I think is super important, especially as our world changes so quickly.
Okay, what is it?
How can we make sure that building these pipelines, which we need, how can we make sure that happens in a way that protects our planet, that's sustainable for the future?
It's the big question, isn't it?
It is. And I think pipeline engineers, they're going to be the ones to figure it out.
I think you're right. They're on the front lines of this.
And with that, we'll leave you all to ponder that. Until next time, keep those brains engaged.
Always a pleasure.